So we've heard this term shadow work, and oftentimes we hear it and we cringe, or we hear it and then we immediately have judgments around the things that we've heard. Oh, shadow work can be deep and scary and difficult. And I suppose that can be true. My newest offering, Mining Treasures from the Trove, is about shadow work, but it's all about being in the light. And our shadows block our essence. Our shadows are disowned aspects of our personality that were born out of survival strategies so that we could feel safe and loved. And our shadow aspects are not inherently bad, even though we may have formulated judgments believing that. So in this offering, Mining Treasures from the Trove, we're going to look more closely at our shadows. And this is where I'm going to bring together the Gene Keys, which is a phenomenal system that was created and channeled through the founder, Richard Rudd, and spiritual psychology, which I've been trained under pioneers, Drs. Ron and Mary Holnick from the University of Santa Monica. We're going to intersect the Gene Keys and spiritual psychology, and we're going to examine the shadow. We're going to understand our shadow at a deeper level, and this is going to be very specific and very specifically about you, because we're actually going to use your hologenetic profile and your gene key activation sequence. So we're going to be you'll be working with very specific information that has to do with you and your sacred soul plan, which is your spiritual curriculum. What are the shadow aspects, the key shadow aspects that your soul has chosen to work with in this life? So we're going to get a little bit closer to them. We're going to understand those shadows. We're going to learn how to accept them and embrace them instead of fighting them, and perhaps even see them as strategic allies. These strategic allies can be used to birth our gifts. And this is what Richard Rudd says, and we hear this in the Gene Keys all the time. In every shadow, it contains a gift. And so the invitation in Mining Treasures from the Trove is you birthing more of the gifts that are inside of you, more of your radiance and your luminosity, more of your actual brilliance that is so needed on the planet at this time as we continue to move forward into these times of uncertainty where we have no idea what's really going to unfold and what's really going to happen. We know one thing for sure, that being able to source our own power and our own inner sovereignty is going to become increasingly important, because the structures that we've relied on for so long are going to continue to evolve and change and maybe even fall away and transform themselves into something different and maybe unrecognizable. So what we can count on is what's inside of us, in the inner knowing that we each have for our own truth. And so it's really helpful to understand the aspects of ourselves that can sabotage us, that can leave us in patterns of victimization and patterns of self-victimization that really diminish the experience that we're having in our life. So here's my invitation, another invitation to learn more about mining treasures from the trove. The journey launches on January 24th. We are closing registration, I think on January 17th. Don't quote me on that. You'll see the information below. But we're here to make friends with these aspects of our consciousness that we've chosen to work with for our own evolution. My name is Donna Bond. It's my honor and privilege to bring you this offering and to be your trusted guide on your journey to soul liberation. Thanks so much for watching.